What's up, bros, bears, muscle mommies, and everything in between? As always, this is Patrick, full primal power, your mom's favorite powerlifter, top 50 powerlifter of all time. Those titles are getting ridiculous. Welcome back to another episode of Mine's Bigger Than Yours, and I'm strictly talking about bench press and nothing else, where we are going to be benching today. But first, notice that I'm dressed up like an adult today. I'm going to work. I got a substitute paraprofessional job at the local preschool. So, I mean, not just the local preschool, but the entire school district. It just happens that the preschool has an opening pretty much every single day. So, when I don't get a teaching substitute job, we do the paraprofessional work. And I was in the middle school yesterday, and that was a fun experience.
In 600 feet.
But first, we food, and just ignore how messy my car is. Uber Eats does a number on your car, but I got my 2 breakfast sandwiches. It's 2 bagels, some honey, 2 slices of cheese, 180 grams of beef, and 3 eggs. So that's what I'm going to be eating on my way.
In a quarter mile,
fuck off.
turn right.
All right, so what is a paraprofessional? To those of you outside of the United States, it is an educational assistant. We changed the name for some reason in the United States, but basically it is a teacher's aide, teacher's helper that deals specifically with students with an IEP, or for layman's terms, special needs students. So looking at the not region, but the school district that I work in, there's 45 substitute paraprofessional openings between today and the end of the month. That's a lot. There's less than 45 days of school, because a lot of times when people sign up to be a substitute teacher, they're like, I don't want to be a paraprofessional because 1, they get paid less, and 2, it's a little bit harder of a job. If you're a teacher, you've got a whole classroom of children, and you basically say, hey, don't do anything bad, and I don't care about anything. And they listen. But with the special needs students, you have to teach them life skills as you go on. And so it's like, hey, here's how we wash our hands. Could be a middle schooler, still don't know how to wash their hands. It's a life skill that they need. And every school district could use more paraprofessionals, because it's one of those jobs that it's one of those super necessary jobs that not a lot of people do. So that's what I'm filling in doing while I'm waiting for my buddy. Did you just try to pet? Hey. Buddy just reached his paw in to pet the other dog on the head. But yeah, the school district that I'm in pays both paras and subs the same. Paras are higher need. So that's what I'm filling my time with until my permanent career starts. So it was only a half day today, and I spoke with the teacher that I was helping, and she was like, it shouldn't be a half day. I'm like, it is. And then they looked up they looked up the postings, and every single posting was half days. And she was like, I requested full day support. This is school bureaucracy basically going on there, where the teacher requested, and the school was like, I don't know if you need that, so we're not going to provide it for you. American public school ones, gotta love it. But yeah, we alleviated that. So today I might do some Uber Eats after I finish training. We'll see about that, but hopefully moving forward, the rest of the fillings that I do are full-time rather than half-time, because if it's full-time, then I don't have to Uber Eats, and I can just do the substitute, and I got all my financial boxes checked. But if not, then I still have to do Uber Eats on occasion, and I don't have free time, and I really want my free time so I can catch up on editing these videos and focus on all the rest and recovery stuff that I need to perform at the American Pro 3 coming up, because that's what we're prepping for today. We've got bench press today. I'm just making some coffee. It was a half day, so I treated it like a full day. and when I got home, I took a 3-4 hour nap. Yeah, probably could have done more productive things with my time, but I decided not to, because I'm still trying to figure out how things are going to meld, and I don't want to overwhelm myself with planning and everything. So I just woke up. I put on this Southside Iron t-shirt. Fun fact about this t-shirt is the shirt has had one other previous owner, and they benched more than me. So how does it feel to wear a shirt worn by someone who benches more than you? It's a little weird because the neck is tight. So it was actually Gene Rishlak's old t-shirt. His widow and friends have sent me a lot of his old personal items, specifically shirts, t-shirts, cut-off shirts, stuff like that, because I used to help out a lot with RPS back when he was alive, and he and his wife used to joke that I was their rent-a-child, because I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I would help out at least one meet a month, spotting, loading, and then eventually started judging, because I got so much experience on the platform through helping out. And that's the process that you guys have to go through, or should go through, in order to become a judge on the platform. And a lot of feds have their own judging certifications and stuff, and then it's like they don't really pay attention after you're certified, whereas with RPS it was you have to do a full year of spotting and loading. You have to sit down with Gene himself, but since he passed, those strict regulations haven't been in place, so quality of judging hasn't been upheld as of late. But I was one of the last people certified to judge by Gene, so it's kind of cool that his stuff fits me, and I'm able to bench in it. He was a 1,005 pound bencher, and I'm only a 635 pound bencher, so I'm gonna heat up that coffee. But we're getting ready to go to the gym. We got to eat our pre-gym meal. I'm drinking this cup of coffee to kind of wake myself up. What we got today, we have 525 4x2 bench press paused. Of course it's paused. We never don't pause benches in training, just because when we always pause it on the platform, so you should always pause it in the gym if you're a powerlifter. The bags under my eyes are super droopy. It was a really good nap. Buddy last week got a was it last week? Yeah, was it last week? I took him to the vet for his comprehensive exam, and they were going to see if he had allergies, and the first thing they do is they give him allergy medication, and they're like, look out for anything that might be a side effect of this, and we'll reassess whether or not he needs this medication if there are side effects. So the entire time that we've had Buddy, he's had a total of 2 accidents, and it was the first week that he was here. Ever since, no more accidents. Last week, after the shot, he had 2 accidents, both on beds. He peed on 2 beds. So that was obviously a side effect of the medication for the allergies. I disinfected my bed, and I was throwing my sheets and linens and everything through the laundry. But I have such little free time that I didn't have time to make my bed, so I had to share a bed with my roommate. And my resting heart rate and sleep quality absolutely suffered. It got to a point where I was good. I was easy breezy. Cover girl. I was doing real good. Heart rate in the 60s. Over the past couple days, it skyrocketed from those 60s to almost 80s. So, and my I was losing 2 hours of sleep at night. So, yeah, last night because I subbed for the first time yesterday, did a full day at the middle school. I was able to actually put my sheets on my bed and get a good night's sleep. Got the amount of sleep that I get, better quality sleep, and then all those factors started to trend back down to normal healthy. So stress is a bitch. If stress is not cool. So we're back to a good kind of physical, mental kind of area when it comes to the preparatory things that I do in my sleep time. My sleep sleep hygiene. So that's a little update on my life. What we're doing today: bench, 525 4x2, and then my health markers are looking up as opposed to what they were looking earlier this week due to stress. But also I spent over $4,000 last month because I needed new tires on my car, register my car, get my car inspected. Heading out to Elite FTS was a financial burden. Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. What are you looking at? What are you yelling at? The people can see that you're yelling at nothing. It's not even squirrels. Hey. Bud, quiet. So, I'm going to eat my... Quiet. I'm trying to tell the people what's going on. Buddy. Quiet. Oh, he's yelling at his own reflection in the window. Such a smart dog. But that's a little update. So I'm going to eat my pre-training meal, and we're going to go bench, boys and girl. All right, what do we got in the bowl in this very messy table that I did not mess up? The only thing on this table is my bowl and spoon. 235 grams of, why do I always forget the name of these? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, 16 ounces of Fairlife fat-free milk. We're going to follow buddy. We're going to follow this up with 50 grams of whey protein. Oh, the bib. Open their throat. Words are hard. You ever see your favorite powerlifter poop before? Now you have. Let me give you 4 head kisses. You get 4 head kisses. What? Gimme. Let me love you. There you go, bud. 4 head kisses for Bud. I'll see you later. Hi, puppy. You're a very handsome boy. Hello, puppy dog. It's not having any of my shit. Put some peanut butter on my nuts and call me a Nutter Butter, boys. We had ourselves a bench day. So, how did today go? Well, we started off and my pecs were feeling a little tight. My elbows were a little tight. So we did a little bit of extra stretchitude, for lack of a better term, when going about doing our bench thing today. So what we did was we did some extended, paused. Did I use dumbbells or did I use plates? I think I used plates. I used 5 pounds to stretch out my chest. And I basically do a extended, paused dumbbell or plate fly. Just 5 pounds. It's not that much. And you just hold it for a while. And if you video it and you put it on a time lapse, you can actually see your hands like slowly get closer and closer to the floor. Yeah, I did use plates today. And that's how I stretch out my chest to get the kinks out of there, because my chest has been telling me something about feet and check girls. So it's like, I got to work those kinks out. My elbows, on the other hand, I didn't realize that they were tight until I started benching. So we started with our pre-fatigue work, which was ISO hold, ISO push-up hold with sets of 10 zero acceleration push-ups, kind of tapping into that mind-muscle connection, 30 seconds rest, get muscle going to the areas that we need. So we got a decent, not getting into the hypoxia of muscle development, but rather getting into the blood flow to the areas that we need the blood flowing to. And then we started our benching. We did six sets of the pre-fatigue work. Not really pre-fatigue work. It's not really warm-up work, because warm-up work implies that you're doing the same movement. Pre-fatigue implies that it's a negative experience, but it really isn't. It's almost like priming work. Priming work. I like that. I like that phrase a little bit better. So we start with the bar, and we did a set of 10. We moved up to 185, did a set of 8. Moved up to 315, set of 6, 455, set of 4. And then we were at our working weight at 525 pounds. So, the 525, we've got the chest stretching and elbow soreness is really what slows down the bench a little bit. I don't know if my coach thinks that it's a mental thing. I think that it's a tightness thing, and it might be mental, because I've had so much pain in the past on the descent of my bench that my body really shies away from going through it very quickly. So the first rep of every single set was really, really slow, and it didn't help that I was a little nervous that the AC in the gym started to die, and the vent for that is right above where my face was, and I got the occasional drip, and I'm like, if it drips on me while I'm benching 525, we might have a bad time. But it didn't drip into my mouth face area, so there wasn't too bad of a time. First set, I put on the hype music for myself, Black Veil by Straight Line Stitch. And I really didn't need it. It wasn't that difficult. 4x2, there wasn't a rest prescribed, so I wasn't really super stressed about how fast I was going. I was just getting in there to get the work done, get the stimulus, get the benchitude going, and get out of there. More on that later. So what we did, set 2, moved a little bit better. We weren't really smacked in the face with how difficult it was. So 455 felt pretty good for a set of 4. And by the last set of the 525, I was like, all right, so I'm starting to feel the weight. The weight feels a little bit different, and we've got the fatigue building up intraset wise for that. So we did 8 reps above 500 today, which is super cool. But it was like I was able to control the muscle contractions a little bit better, build that mind muscle connection. So it was almost like a light day where I was able to develop the movements and processes that I needed to in order to increase my bench. So it was like a super positive day. By set 4, I was feeling like at the lockout, I felt the transitionary muscles getting recruited into it. And I was like, wow, it actually feels like I'm benching the way that I should be benching. It's cool. And really the only emphasis was the wrist angle that we were working on. I wasn't able to hold on to the whatchamacallit, spreading the bar cue. That one is hard to hold on to because I've had so much time without it. So really tapping into that cue is a little bit more difficult because I don't entirely have the muscle memory developed for that. And that's something that I really need to work on moving forward as we get closer and closer to the meet. Glad that we know something to work on so that we're not just spinning our wheels and staying in the same spot. So it's kind of cool when you fail at something that you can move with that. Then we moved on to accessories. Now it took me an hour to bench. It took me 2.5 hours to get through accessories. I pretty much close myself off to most people. Pretty much everyone when I'm doing my main work, but I make myself a little bit more free, a little more social allowance when it comes to doing my accessories, because it's like I'm doing accessories. As long as I maintain my rest periods, I'm good. So like while I'm doing my work, I'm pretty closed off. But in between, I'm like, let me check what Joe posted on his story, and then people will come over and talk to me. So I lost a lot of time that way. I should have been in and out of the gym in less than an hour and a half, but I was there for 3.5 hours. Um, it is what it is. It is what it is. Did we lose gains because of this? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I just got home. I got to prep dinner. I'm gonna make a video on the PLU because I'm not affiliated with it. There's no videos on that on YouTube right now, so it's open. Uh, People are probably looking it up right now. No one knows what it is. I have contacts within the PLU, so I was like, "Hey, here's a proposed script or proposed talking points," and they were like, "Yeah, cool." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna send it to you, and you let me know if it's positive enough for you guys." Um, and I'll send it, and yeah, because people on Instagram know what the PLU is at this point because it's been shoved down their throat, but not on YouTube. And there's the younger generation spend more time on YouTube than on Instagram. So gotta get the information out there. I'm not affiliated with the PLU. I'm just an unbiased observer, basically just a lifter. If there was anything that I would advocate for, it's for the lifters. So I'm gonna record that video right now before I go eat, so that I can have it, so I can edit it while I'm cooking, and then send it out to the actual people that I want to make sure that everything's kosher with, because you don't want to, like, I compete in the PLU. I don't represent the PLU. And I want to make sure that I'm not stepping on toes and stuff and getting controversial and everything. But yeah, so I'm going to go do that right now. All right, I'm in the middle of editing the video I talked about, but here's the food. I'm still editing. We've got 3 breadsticks, 7 ounces of pasta, 220 grams of beef, 2 ounces of cheese, red pepper flakes, red sauce. Pets are happy.